everybody, it's Matty here with AltCoin Buzz. Hope you're having a great day. We have a lot of good news to cover, big developments out of Consensus 2018. Of course, as the conference in New York has now wrapped up. And towards the end of this report, we're going to cover what I can only describe as a troll that's been delivered to us courtesy of the US government, effectively. So we're going to get to that. It's a funny little story. We're starting on altcoinbuzz.io with an article here by Licia. Dance, you miner. MIT students create a new way to mine crypto. So Agnes Cameron and Callie Ritsepi, Massachusetts Institute of Technology students, have come up with a way of mining cryptocurrencies while playing Dance Dance Revolution, reports Sky News. So Dance Dance Revolution, it's that dancing video game where you got to sync your foot movements up with the pad underneath you. So the DDR mat, which was first used at a party and is based on a private Ethereum blockchain, has managed to generate 10,000 blocks. Not too shabby. Cameron posits that when creating the mat together with her colleague Ritsepi, they thought about the human's role in the future's roboticized society. How will we create value? Maybe it's through dancing. So admittedly, guys, this is, I wouldn't call it a gimmick, but this is a bit of an experiment, a bit of like a gag project, right? Because I don't think you need to necessarily be dancing. In fact, it's explained here that the dancing is a bit artificial in terms of the network. And yes, it's possible just to fake it by using the arrow keys on your computer. But it creates a cool incentive, right? And it gets you active, it gets you moving, and it's a fun party game, if nothing else. So a neat bit of programming there. And as pointed out towards the end, besides, according to its creators, the DDR mat has significant implications, not only for the environment, as it can reduce electricity consumption, but also for the sedentary lifestyle, which has proven to be health damaging. Yes, I think it wouldn't hurt most of us to be a little bit more active. So this is a cool marriage of crypto and physical fitness, you could say, and we'll see if it sparks any other ideas in the industry. If you like this, if you would like to leave Licia a comment, then do be sure to sound off below. And of course, we're going to link to the original piece of reporting here by Sky News, so do be sure to check that out. In other news, and we discussed this yesterday, Circle to launch new cryptocurrency called USD Coin, article by Garrett. So Circle is creating a virtual version of the US dollar, aiming to be an improved and more transparent alternative to current stable coins like Tether. And we did discuss this yesterday briefly in the news because this was an announcement that came out of Consensus. And, you know, as I was kind of pontificating, I think Tether is a good idea, but it has resulted in a lot of FUD. And even if they're a well-run organization, even if they're, pristine in terms of their regulations and they're following all the rules, just the perception of foul play, just the perception hypothetically of manipulation is what gave us so much trouble. So I think what's going to be really important for Circle is to make sure that transparency is, just a first priority in terms of anything that they do going forward. So Circle, a growing fintech company, is planning to release a new cryptocurrency focused on low volatility and is thus pegging its new cryptocurrency to the US dollar. The new digital coin is aptly named USD Coin, ticker USDC. In an investment round led by Bitmain, a major Chinese crypto mining company, Circle raised $110 million for their project. It is likely that the USD coin will threaten Tether, a popular currency pegged to the US dollar. So of course the comparison is going to be there. And why is it a threat? Because it's backed, Circle is backed at least, by Goldman Sachs, which may lead crypto investors to believe their digital USD is safer in the new USD coin. So, quote, existing fiat-backed approaches have lacked financial and operational transparency. Definitely. They have operated in unregulated jurisdiction with unknown banking and audit partners and have been built as closed-loop ecosystems and closed proprietary technologies, Circle writes in their announcement. Quote, Circle USDC addresses these problems by providing detailed financial and operational transparency, operating within the regulated framework of U.S. money transmission laws and reinforced by established banking partners and auditors. That sounds pretty great if they can really stick to the rules and be advocates for transparency while they go about this project. The fact that it's backed by big partners, I think points in a promising direction. Maybe you have a different opinion. Maybe you like this idea. Leave Garrett a comment and let us know your thoughts. We're going to link here to Circle's website, where you can explore the project further and you can check out some of their latest press releases. In other news, and not unlike what we heard a few months back coming out of Arizona, so article by Christopher, pay taxes using cryptocurrency. Seminole County accepts Bitcoin. Joel Greenberg accepts Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash for payments through Bitcoin. So there are 450,000 people living in Seminole County, Florida, they'll soon be able to pay for government services with cryptocurrency. So this is how their tax is looking to go. According to Joel Greenberg, who is the tax collector of Seminole County, he announced that his office is going to allow the citizens to use cryptocurrency when paying for government services as early as this summer. Listen to this guy's quote. I think you're going to enjoy his perspective and his point of view. So he said, "We live in a world where technology has made access to services on demand with same-day delivery and the expectation of highly efficient customer service, and we should expect the same from our government." Totally agree. Yes, we don't always get it, but we should have that expectation. So both Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash will be accepted to pay for various taxes such as property taxes, license plates, and new ID, and they're going to be using BitPay to implement this particular initiative. So the aim of my tenure in office is to make our customer experience faster, smarter, and more efficient, and to bring government services from the 18th century into the 21st century. Oh, snap. And one way is the addition of cryptocurrency to our payment options, says Greenberg. I don't know if this guy was elected into office or what kind of a position this is specifically, but I think I would vote for him. And I wish more people in government had this kind of mentality. He seems to really want to serve the people, and he's getting behind innovative ideas. So I like what I'm hearing out of him. And look, are you from Seminole County? Are you from Florida? Or maybe you're from an adjacent state? Or maybe you're not even in the U.S. Like myself, I'm not in the U.S. I'm up in Canada here. And I think this is a great initiative. I think it makes a lot of sense. And governments, like corporations, like public, like private organizations, they want in on the action. So if they can collect tax in an asset that they deem to be one that's appreciating, then everybody wins. It's more convenient and both sides come out on top. And I really do applaud people like Mr. Greenberg that are championing this cause and that are proposing viable practical use cases here. So more power to him. Let's stay on top of that and see what develops. We're going to link here to the original publication. I believe this is a press release from the office of Mr. Greenberg. So do check that out. Seems like a smart man, and he seems like he's proposing some great ideas. So if you are in a position to support him, do make sure that you do that. And moving on to big news here, our Consensus 2018 Day 3 recap, courtesy of Chris. So big news, not the least of which, Jack Dorsey hopes Bitcoin will become the currency of the internet. Nokia allows customers to monetize their data via data coin. So day 3 of Consensus is in the books. The big stories are as follows. Brian Kelly, head of BKCM and CNBC contributor, announces he's starting an ETF. It's not going to be focused on cryptocurrencies directly, but will deal in, quote, companies that have regulated security offerings. Okay. That could be interesting. Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, a year-old group, releases a common technical specifications for the Ethereum blockchain. And Ron Resnick, executive director for the EEA, said, all the Ethereum client companies see the need to agree on these building blocks and components and how they talk to each other. Because if we don't, then we don't have a way to compete against the proprietary solutions. Valid point. And pretty big quote here. CEO of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, hopes that Bitcoin will become, quote, the currency of the internet. Wow. I'm not sure if he's bullish. I can't tell. What do you guys think? In other news, Blockstack introduces a directory for decentralized applications, and Polymath, which is looking to make major moves and is creating a bridge between the world of cryptocurrency and the world of traditional finance and Wall Street, so very ambitious. They acquired the domain of tokens.com with the intent to be a huge player in tokenized securities. And they've also announced that they are close to acquiring a big stake in the Barbados Stock Exchange. That's a very interesting strategic development, and it will be interesting to see what they do with that and how they intend to capitalize on it. Nokia and OSI Soft will allow their customers to monetize their data through use of the ERC20 token called DataCoin. Parity Technologies and Web3 Foundation will soon be releasing a proof of concept POC for their interoperability protocol. And finally, and I teased this earlier, the SEC launches their own ICO called AltCoin. So first of all, if you do have an opinion here to leave for Chris, do be sure to leave a comment. Great reporting as Consensus 2018 has now wrapped up. What did you think about it? Was it a lot of hype? Was the institutional news that came out of it promising in your estimation? We'd love to hear your thoughts because there are opinions obviously to be had both ways. And we're going to link to some of those major reports, including Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, the quote by Jack Dorsey, which was a big one, currency of the internet. Wow. But in a final little piece of fun news, the SEC has a great opportunity. You won't want to miss it. Act now. So the SEC has set up a website, howiecoins.com, and essentially they're launching their own ICO. Pretty out of left field, I know, but check this out. So if we go to howiecoins.com, you have here a pre-ICO sale, which is now live. Again, this came out of nowhere, but looks like a great offer. So check out the advantages of Howie Coins. They're officially registered with the U.S. government. They're SEC compliant. They're going to be used with existing points programs. You can exchange them for cryptocurrencies and cash. They can be spent at participating airlines and hotels, and they can also be redeemed for merchandise. Now, if we scroll down further, you can check out the white paper here, investment ladder information, and you have a bunch of cool tiers here that you can buy into: bronze, silver, gold, platinum. So invest by June 1st to receive a double 25% discount. Now, if you're at all interested in this project, and it sounds like it's, obviously backed by the right people, the SEC, you may want to go ahead and click buy coins now. What's going to happen? Well, ICO, Howie Coins, by the way, which is named after the Howie test to determine what is and is not a security, which I believe goes back to the 1940s. But this is, I don't know what you want to call this. Is it a piece of performance art? Is it an effort to educate people? Is it an actual troll just for fun? If you responded to an investment offer like this, you could have been scammed. Howie Coins are completely fake. So the SEC has gone ahead and they've gone to quite a bit of effort to set up this pre-ICO sale website to educate us as to the perils of scams in the cryptosphere and out there on the internet. So a few red flags that they've pointed out, and now that we've completed this experiment or whatever, or maybe we've been duped, now they kind of point to, well, what was wrong with it? So red flag number 1, claims of high guaranteed returns. Nothing is really guaranteed in life, so don't believe anybody that's making that claim. Red flag number 2, celebrity endorsements. So here you have somebody that said, hey, I'm all about Howie Coins. This is going to pop at the top. Boxing champ 1934. So John Champ Smith, who's a boxer, apparently. Be on the lookout for stuff like that. Yes. Red flag number 3, claims of SEC compliant. Howie Coins will trade on an SEC compliant exchange where you can buy and sell them for profit. Nothing is SEC compliant at the moment. The SEC still hasn't released any news as to whether or not Ethereum is a security. We're still waiting on that basic deliberation. If and when it comes, we're going to report on it, but nothing is SEC compliant at the moment. So don't believe anybody that's making that claim. Red flag, I think we're at number 4 right now, investing with a credit card. So that's something to, be on the lookout for. Try to avoid that. Red flag number 5, pump and dump scams. So here they list all the reasons why this particular profile, the particular details associated with the Howie Coins pre-ICO sale, should have at least alerted you, should have set off a couple of these red flags, hopefully, in your mind. And I don't really know what the point of this was. Was it just a troll? Was it just a piece of modern art? I don't know, but pretty cool to see coming out of the SEC, I got to admit. We're going to link to it if you want to check it out. If nothing else, I think it educates investors as to certain things, red flags that you may want to look out for in the world of crypto investing, especially with ICOs. So guys, there's been a lot of news, especially out of Consensus 2018 in New York. Now that that has wrapped up, we're going to switch gears a bit and go back to a little bit more of a focus on some of the major altcoin projects that we haven't had a chance to tackle. I'm going to be out with a very specific look at one tomorrow, actually, so be on the lookout for that. But the news never stops, and the best way to keep up with the news is to follow us on Twitter. Follow Altcoin Buzz News, very specifically Altcoin Buzz News, because on this account we link to a lot of the important things that are going on in the world of crypto news. Of course, we link to our original content, and we link to peripheral pieces of news or whatever's happening, maybe happening in the world of economics or business that we feel impacts this particular sector. So do be sure you're following Altcoin Buzz News if you want to stay updated with the latest and most important information. Guys, if you like this video, soldiers of the Altcoin Buzz Army, go ahead and smash the like button. That really helps us out. And do make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel by clicking on the bell. That's going to give you notifications. That's going to alert you to our content, which we put out daily. New videos every day, guys. We're going to have more for you soon. In the meantime, take a breath. Consensus 2018 is now over. Leave us your thoughts. Leave us your comments below. Love to hear what you thought about it one way or the other, and we will be back soon with a new video for you. Fellow soldiers, I wish you happy investing. Take care.